champions. Patrick Mahomes throws for 3 touchdowns to win his second Super Bowl and his second Super Bowl MVP. His father was smoking on those Philly blunts after the game.
That makes 2 of us.
Reportedly. Here's Patrick Mahomes after the game. Take a listen.
We just challenged each other, man, to leave everything out there. And I don't want to say we played tight in the first half, but you didn't see that same joy that we play with. And I wanted guys to just know that everything we worked for is for this moment. You have to enjoy this moment. You can't let the moment overtake you. I thought the guys did that in the second half, and they fought to the very end. And that's all you can ask is guys to leave everything they have on the football field.
Nick?
Yeah.
First off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Was there ever a doubt?
There was. Before I answer that,
Sure. Okay, Here we go.
I'd like to say something about the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, this is
Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni. Doubted you both going into the year and at various times throughout the year. You should be incredibly proud. Jalen Hurts was spectacular. He was great in all facets of the game.
Yeah.
Mature beyond his years. The moment was never too big for him. And he legitimately struck fear in my heart throughout that game that I thought at any given moment he could make a game-breaking play. Nick Sirianni, you stayed true to yourself of the 4th downs, the aggressiveness, the analytics, staying true to exactly who you want to be, and it almost won you a Super Bowl. So the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni should not be ashamed. Because it ain't their fault.
okay.
There was never a doubt. You know why? Because Patrick bleeping Mahomes was on the other side of the ball. Down 10, going into the second half against the best defense in the league. He played literally the perfect half of football. Culminating in this moment right here on one leg against a ferocious pass rush. I would argue the single most iconic play of his storied career. Right there.
Really?
5 years in, 2 rings, 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs. His worst season is a Pro Bowl appearance, a division title, and an AFC Championship game overtime loss. His best season is setting the record for most yards in a season and then playing a perfect postseason despite being injured the entire time. And that is where I will now ask we all rise. Yes, please. Let's rise and let's give this moment. Please, can you rise and give this moment the absolute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why am I rising?
Because take tribute. Drop the banner. Oh, yeah. Patrick Mahomes. The best we've ever seen. Keep it up, fellas. Yeah. Pretty good.
The banner.
Gotta tell you, bro. Okay, he was pretty good. So, Brew, I'll give the floor to you. But he's the best we've ever seen.
Well, let me say this to the audience, because I'm in the dark. Like, they think this is all planned out, like we all know what's going on. I'm just as surprised as you guys are. All right, but I'm on the record.
Yeah.
He is the best we've ever seen.
You're right, he is. You're right, he is, Brew. That's a great take by you. That is a great take by you.
I'm in the dark.
He's the best we've ever seen.
Now I'm worried about what's coming next. All right, I've said this before, but Nick, if you're pulling against him, you are in total fear, all right, of Patrick Mahomes. If you're pulling for him, you have total confidence. I've only felt this way watching 2 guys. I'm not trying to get in debating. Barry Bonds, when he hit 73 homers, he's going to homer. Michael Jordan, period. Like, you just can't bet against this guy, and he is. I think if he retired today, Nick, he would be the 3rd best quarterback ever.
100% agree.
I got Brady, Montana,
Mahomes.
and him.
It's done.
If he retired today, obviously he's not. He's got plenty of time left. And so.
It's not too much.
There's so much confetti.
Oh, yeah.
I know. My tea is gone. Brother, get some more tea.
Have a little bit more. Go ahead.
No, he did.
Third best ever already.
Third best ever
Through
already.
5 years.
Yeah,
100%.
absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll give my point.
Yeah.
All right. I said down 10 going into the second half. I'm like, this is a chance for a legendary performance. He was in real pain here, and I feel like he played so well in the second half that we are almost dismissing it. But when I saw him get hurt here, everyone held their breath, and I was like, you know what? We're on the verge of ruining a great Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, I know anything is possible, but I was nervous when I saw him go to the bench and let out a real pain and like put his head on the coach there. I was super nervous. Then he comes out, Nick, 24 points, his completion percentage 93%, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 134.
He was perfect.
Perfect passer.
I thought it was a legendary performance. Now, do I think we need all of this?
All of what?
I think it's going to get. I do know what's going on. It's a lot.
I will add this. He's got the Heisman moments, if you will.
That's
and you
right.
mentioned him. He's going to do whatever it takes to win.
Yep. Yes.
Usually we would think it's with his arm, but the last 2 games it's been with his legs. And to do it on a bad ankle, both times, like that run you showed, that is phenomenal. And
at this point, you come to expect it. This is where he and Brady are the only 2 quarterbacks we've ever seen like this, where they unquestionably play better the bigger the moment and the bigger the deficit. And then when you incorporate the fact that they now do have 2 in 4 years, by the start of this season, Mahomes will probably be the 10th highest paid quarterback in the league.
That's amazing.
They had a rookie score a touchdown in the first half, and a rookie score a touchdown in the second half. They had a second-year player they got mid-season who they're paying nothing, have the longest punt return in NFL Super Bowl history. They are set up for the dynasty that I have promised, which makes me look to the heavens and just wonder if we have a way to officially announce a dynasty. I'm thinking we do. I'm thinking we do have a dynasty. You know what, bro? We got it for you. Drop the next banner, because we have a dynasty in the making. It's undeniable the dynasty is coming. I think we have a dynasty banner we can drop. There it is. Chiefs dynasty. It started the day he stepped on the field, and it'll end, God only knows. Bro, you've been hesitant. You tried to call it a mini dynasty. It's a dynasty.
At this moment in time, Nick, this is where we part ways. It's still a mini dynasty. It's still a mini. Now, I am with you that it will be a dynasty.
Well, then just say it.
But it's not yet.
Well, yeah, but if you're saying you're...
No, I think it's hard to imagine because, I know you've said he's on pace to do this, and that. But Brady, as I said, if you just go from his first 5 years, as we doing with Mahomes, he was on pace to win 13 Super Bowls. And here's the proof, Nick. And as much as I like Mahomes, first year out the gate, right? 50 touchdowns, over 5,000 yards. Has only thrown 40 or more once in the last 4 years. So I'm just saying, I'm not going to say he's going to be in the Super Bowl 3 out of every 5 years in his career. But they will be a dynasty, but not quite
Here's
yet.
my point, Wild.
Yeah.
Because the Patriots, we look at it as one 20-year dynasty, but it's not.
I hear you.
It's 2 separate ones, right? It's the beginning and then the end. And I understand people are like, Brady won 3 in his first 5 years. But he also won 3 in his first 14 years. Brady, does anyone think it is at all possible that this guy only wins 1 more Super Bowl in the next decade? Do you think that's possible?
It doesn't seem possible. Now, I'll say that, and he's better than Aaron Rodgers, and he's better than Peyton Manning. But I don't think we would have ever thought after Rodgers won his first Super Bowl, he's never even getting to another one. Now, I don't expect it. I'm just saying.
I hate to do this, Broussard, because I want to be on your side because this is a lot.
This is the side of life.
But I'm
being logical.
I'm understated.
In this setting.
Thank you. The last bastion of my Patriots greatness, I was holding on to that dynasty.
Oh, were you?
For a long time. Remember, I was like, hey, it's a gap year. That didn't work out. We've been traveling Europe for a while now. It's more of a gap year. You're kind of out. I think the Chiefs are a dynasty.
There you go, Wild. What a take. What a great take.
They are. They're the team to beat. Whether or not the Patriots were winning a Super Bowl or not, We were the team. We were the face. We were America's
Not those
team.
10 years.
We were still the team. Everybody knows we had the best quarterback, the best coach, and we were going to win. If
Drew,
you had to
you know how they
get through
kind
us.
of break up the NFL? There's pre-merger, post-merger.
Right.
There's also pre-free agency, post-free agency, things
we
like
go.
that. No. I'm not going to say pre-Mahomes, post-Mahomes. Actually, now that I say it, it does seem pretty good.
It does work.
But that's not what I was going to say. I think we can't have the same dynastic math that you had in the 70s when there was no free agency. Even in the 80s when there was no free agency. And when you look at since Mahomes walked into the league, here are the Super Bowl champions and what they have done since then. The Patriots, Mahomes' first year as a starter, won a Super Bowl. Since then, 0 playoff wins. The Chiefs then won it, put a pin in them. The next year was the Bucks. Since then, 1 playoff win and the team is in shambles. Then the Rams missed the playoffs, win 5 or 6 games, don't even remember, and the team appears to maybe be in shambles, and then the Chiefs again. So in the context of the only other teams since this guy walked in the league that have won a Super Bowl have done it by going all in, mortgaging future flexibility, and the Chiefs went in the other direction and traded away Tyreek Hill and had 8 rookies playing significant Super Bowl minutes. It's impossible to see how they're not a dynasty to me.
I don't think they've won enough yet. 2 in 4 years is great. And I know you're counting conference championships and all that, but 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. Ben Roethlisberger did that in the early 2000s. That wasn't the 70s or 80s, and no one was thinking of them as a dynasty. Now, this is the 80s, and it's basketball. Do you consider Isaiah Thomas's Bad Boys a dynasty?
No, but that's because I actually think you need more in the NBA than in the NFL. Because in the NBA, we've seen three-peats. In the NBA, we have teams. There's only one franchise in the NFL that has 6 Super Bowl rings. There's multiple in the